What's up, you guys? Welcome back again to the Crest of Courage card game channel. Today I've got a Terriermon deck profile using all the awesome new Double Typhoon Advanced Starter Deck cards, such as the amazing new Megagargomon Ace. So without further ado, let's get to the deck profile. Alright, so starting us off with the eggs, we just got 4 of the new Gummymon from the deck. Of course, it just has when attacking once per turn. If you have a green Tamer, draw 1. So, pretty simple, nothing to it. Drawing is always good. So having 4 of those is nice. And then to top it off, we have a 5th egg with the new Cocomon alternate art here. And it has your turn once per turn. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, draw 1. So we do have some effects to suspend our Digimon, like with Alliance. So as long as, everything lines up and you happen to have that egg out, if you Alliance something, then you can still get another draw off of that. But you do really want to have 5 eggs in this deck because we do have a Tamer that helps us hatch more eggs more quickly throughout the game. So for that reason, I'm playing 5 eggs this time. Alright, so moving right along into our level 3s, we do have a lot, and I would say that one of the biggest areas for, your own personal touch with this deck is just how many and what level 3s you're playing. Because normally you'd want 12, but with this deck we don't really play as many higher level cards. It's a lot more low level stuff, so you just want to kind of fill in the space with more level 3s, because we do have a lot of effects to play them out cheaper or for free. So yeah, getting right into it, we are just playing 2 copies of the new Rapidmon that just has main once per turn. One of your Digimon gains Alliance for the turn. So of course that's great. It lets you suspend one of your other Digimon to gain that Digimon's DP and security attack +1. So it really just helps our boss Digimon, hit harder. Also has the inheritable that while it's suspended all turns, it gets +1000 DP, so you love to see that. And I've seen a lot of people play this just at 1 or 2. So far, I think 2 is okay, because we do have a ton of Terriermons here. I'm also playing 2 copies of the old EX2 Terriermon that just has the once per turn effect that when you play a green Tamer, gain 1 memory. And a your turn effect that when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gets +2000 DP for the turn. So it just helps us to play some Tamers cheaper and to really, up our DP and the higher levels. Then I'm also playing 2 copies of the BT8 Terriermon that just has on play. You may reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add a card with a Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name among them, and then bottom deck the rest. So it's just a really good searcher. Searching top 5 is really good. And that just kind of helps to complement our main searcher here, which is the EX4 Terriermon, who has on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add a 2-color green card and 1 Tamer with Henry Wong in its name among them to your hand, and then bottom deck the rest. So this can get 2 hits potentially. We do play some Henrys, and pretty much all of our upper levels are 2-color green cards, so that's great. It also has an inheritable that when Alliance suspends one of your Digimon, this Digimon may digivolve into a 2-color green Digimon in your hand with a Digivolution cost reduced by 2. So that can come up sometimes thanks to our Rapidmon being able to give anything Alliance. And then we are, of course, playing 4 of the new Terriermon that just says main once per turn. You may play 1 green Tamer or 1 level 3 Digimon with Rapidmon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. So pretty much just a better version of that old EX2 Terriermon to gain a memory, but reducing the cost by 2. We can play either the Rapidmon or any of our Tamers, really good. And then the all turns inheritable for the +1000 DP while suspended is always great as well. And it's nice if you have both of these out at the same time. You can pretty much play your Tamers for free because reduce the cost and gain a memory, really nice. And of course, last but not least, we got to play a couple copies of the old BT3 Terriermon that has all turns your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. Just a classic floodgate rookie to help slow our opponents down. But that's going to do it for our rookies. All right, now from here it's a little more standard with our level 4s, 5s, and 6s. So we are playing 4 of the old BT8 Rapidmon. Digivolves on a Terriermon for 3, has Armor Purge, and when digivolving for each of your Tamers, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then up to 3 of your opponent's suspended Digimon get -5000 DP for the turn. So this guy's great for just doing mass DP reduction. You can easily delete a couple cards just by setting them to 0. Plus Armor Purge is always good, and being Rapidmon in name is great. We'll talk about that later. And then we're playing 4 copies of the brand new Gold Rapidmon that has, again, the effect to Digivolve for 3 on something with Terriermon in name. Has the awesome combination of blocker and armor purge, so it can block, and then if it gets deleted, you know, you still get to save the Terriermon underneath it. Has all turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of their security Digimon get minus 4,000 DP until the end of their turn. So this is really good. Offensively and defensively, you can attack to minus 4k on something, or even when you block, you minus 4k on something. So you can block up to an 11k Digimon and, you know, just armor purge to still save the Terriermon and, you know, take the 11k out with them. It's pretty strong. And he also has the all turns inheritable for another plus 1,000 DP while suspended. And last but not least, we're just playing 2 copies of the new Gargomon that can Digivolve on Terriermon or Lopmon for 2 costs, and has your turn once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your Digimon gains jamming for the turn, which is nice because you can give him jamming, or you can give any of your other Digimon jamming. You can give it to a Terriermon or something else, so really nice. And then, again, all turns while this Digimon's suspended, it gets plus 1,000 DP. So we do have a lot of DP buffs there. But yeah, with this deck, you definitely want to maximize the Rapidmons. They are by far the best level 4 to go into. And you do want to have at least a couple Gargomons, because he pretty much is the next best level 4, and it lets us warp Digivolve with one of our Tamers later. But that's pretty much all for the level 4s. All right, next up, I'm just going to lump together our 5s and 6s, because we're only playing 4 copies of each of the new ones. It's really all that you need for this deck. So we are playing 4 of the new Rapidmon that Digivolves on any level 4 with Gargomon or Rapidmon in the name for cost of 3. On play, and when Digivolving, you can de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if you have a green Tamer, until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or return it to the hand or deck. So really strong protection effect, and de-Digivolve is always nice to have, and a really strong inheritable that all turns, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top card of their security stack. So if you need to kind of control the board a little bit and delete one of their Digimon, you can still be trashing some security while you're at it. And last but not least here, our only level 6, only one you need because he's just that good, Megagargomon Ace. This guy is insane. Of course, Digivolves on anything with Rapidmon in name for cost of 5, or on a level 5 black or green for cost of 4. So you can Digivolve him on the level 5 Rapidmon for a 4 cost, and you can Digivolve him on any of our level 4 Rapidmons for a 5 cost. So being able to skip an entire level like that is just nuts. Plus, on top of that, he's an ace, so he has hand counter blast Digivolve. For whenever they attack you, you can just blast Digivolve on any Rapidmon, which means pretty much any of our level 4s or 5s. So yeah, just being able to Digivolve on practically any of our 4s and 5s for free when our opponent attacks is insane. He also has a blocker and reboot naturally, which is really strong. And he's got 12k DP, so he's pretty strong numbers-wise. And also has some really powerful effects when Digivolving. Suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then 2 of their Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend or Digivolve until the end of their turn. So it just locks out 2 Digimon entirely. And when Digivolving, end of attack, once per turn, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So it's really nice to be able to blast Digivolve to unsuspend, and then you get the when Digivolving to suspend 2 of their things, and then you can immediately block whatever attack was coming in. So he can pretty much shut out 3 attacks all at once, which is nuts, and then prevent 2 things from Digivolving. Yeah, this guy is just absolutely insane. And then offensively too, you know, end of attack, you get to unsuspend and attack again. So he's really, really, really strong. And honestly, we just don't need any other level 6s because he's so good. So that's going to do it for the level 5s and 6s. All right, so moving on to our Tamers, I'm playing 3 copies of Willis, who is possibly the best Tamer in the deck. He just has on play, you may hatch in your breeding area. So like I said earlier, that's why we want the 5th egg, because we're going to be hatching more throughout the game thanks to Willis. Then he has your turn. When one of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name, by suspending this Tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So he's reducing all of our Digivolution costs. And it's, you know, honestly just nice to have 2 or 3 of this guy out because you can Digivolve for super cheap. But moving on next, Now we have 2 copies of Henry Wong from EX2, and this one is just our memory setter. And on top of that, your turn, when one of your Digimon with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name attacks, by suspending this Tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So that can be nice. It can trigger one of our Terriermon's effects to get the +2 KDP, and also it can, forcefully suspend something so then we can attack over it and kind of help control the board that much more. But also just being a memory setter and having the name Henry Wong is nice because we can search him. And then last but not least, we're also playing 2 of the new Henry Wong from the starter deck that has start of main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. And then main, by placing this Tamer and 1 Gargomon and 1 Rapidmon from your trash in any order as one of your Terriermon's bottom Digivolution cards, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Megagargomon in the hand for its Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If this effect Digivolved, that Digimon gains Rush for the turn. This is really nice, just as an option. I mean, it's nice to have him gain memory every turn that our opponent has a Digimon out. But also having that kind of in our back pocket here in case we want to warp straight into Megagargomon. Don't forget Megagargomon Ace. The Ace doesn't count, so he does just count as Megagargomon, so it will work with that effect. So what's really nice is if you have these 2 out, and one of the options we'll take a look at, the Double Typhoon. Double Typhoon lets you trash it as a delay effect to play a Terriermon or a Lotmon for free. So you could trash that to play a Terriermon for free. This guy's already going to set you to 3, assuming they have a Digimon. This guy's going to gain you a memory, so you're going to be at 4 already, and then you're easily just going to be able to put him and a Gargomon and a Rapidmon, and again, that can be any Rapidmon, so our level 4s or 5s, and we only have 2 Gargomons, but you just place Gargomon and Rapidmon and this guy under your Terriermon, and then Digivolve it straight into the Megagargomon Ace for 4, and then it can immediately rush, getting in 2 attacks because it unsuspends after attacking. So you can kind of come from behind out of nowhere and win the game with that combo, so I do like to have a couple of these guys for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Tamers. Alright, on to our option cards. Of course, we got to play 4 copies of the Double Typhoon. This new option card is amazing for the deck. Just for 3 costs, has main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 green Digimon card and 1 such Tamer among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then place this card in the battle area, so then you can use the main delay effect. So on a later turn, you can trash this card, and then you may play 1 Terriermon or Lotmon from your hand without paying the cost. But also security effect, suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon, then place this card in the battle area. Also pretty great defensively, can stop getting hit multiple times, and then gets you a free Digimon on the next turn. And then we also have 2 of the new Giant Missile. Main, suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon, then return 1 of their suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck, and 1 of their Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. So again, just a really strong option card. Suspend something, pick something that is suspended to bottom deck, and then pick something else and it can't unsuspend. Very strong because it can bottom deck a threat and just prevent a threat from unsuspending for a turn. So you can kind of, control 2 things at once that way. Then we're just playing 2 copies of Agility Training. It is, of course, a great card just for 2 costs. Search the top 2 cards, add any green card to your hand, and then get that main delay effect to trash it to Digivolve into a green Digimon with -2 the cost. And then, of course, security, put this card in your battle area. Not too bad at all. And I did forget to mention Giant Missile's security effect is just its main effect, so it's a really good security bomb, too. Last but not least, we're just playing 1 copy of Hidden Potential Discovered, which, of course, is just a staple green card. Just has main. The next time one of your green Digimon Digivolves this turn, you may suspend 1 of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 5. And then security, just add this card to your hand. 0 cost option. This card is actually great for this deck because of our Megagargomon Ace's ability to Digivolve for 5 on any Rapidmon, including our level 4s. So that way we can just use this to suspend one of our rookies to let our level 4 Digivolve straight into our level 6 and, just start popping off from there. So really great for the deck. But that's going to do it for the options. So that about wraps it up for this deck profile. I love this new Terriermon deck. As a big fan of Terriermon, it's great to finally get a good Megagargomon Ace. And I really love the unique ability of this deck that our boss monster can basically digivolve off of any of our Digimon, because can digivolve off of our level 5 or most of our level 4s, or with the Henry Wong, potentially even warp from our level 3s. And like I said, with the hidden potential discovered, you can pretty much go straight from level 4 to level 6 for free. And, you know, there's just some amazing wombo combos in this deck. So it's a really, really strong deck. I like it a lot. So I'd highly recommend picking up the new starter deck, throwing this together. You know, with a few of these extra cards that I've added, just kicks it up a notch, and it's a super fun and awesome deck. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video or got anything out of it, make sure to smash the like button because it does help me out a lot, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. But that's going to do it for this one, you guys. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.